Okay, guys, this is a special bell work that we're going to use today over Hurricane Harvey, which as of Friday the 25th of August is sitting right there off the Texas coast. And I figured, you know what, we should learn a little bit about hurricanes as they're happening. So here we are on the National Hurricane Center's site. If you're curious about that, it's nhc.noaa.gov. And we're going to scroll down and hit this particular image because this is the latest set of warnings for Hurricane Harvey. Okay, so this is the advisory that was posted at 1 o'clock on Friday, August 25th for Hurricane Harvey. You'll notice that it shows you where the current position of the center of the storm is and some information about what it's predicted to do. So what I want to do is I'm going to switch over to some questions I want to walk through with you guys, and then we'll go back to this particular graphic and we'll also look at a radar image as we try to answer those questions. Okay, so the first question says, using Advisory 21A from Friday, August 25th at 1 p.m. Central Daylight Time, answer the following questions. What marks the current position of the hurricane? What is the hurricane's current latitude and longitude? Well, we'll do those together. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to my image and let's look. First of all, current location, X marks the spot. Current location is marked with an X, so that's the answer to your first question. The second question was where, latitude and longitude, where is this critter located? It's located at 27.1 degrees north and 96.3 degrees west. So let's go back and answer those first two questions. All right, so what marks the current position? They just mark it with an X. What's the hurricane's current latitude and longitude? Let me see if I can remember. I think they said 27.1 north. And I'm going to cheat a little bit and go back to the graphic because I can't remember. Oh, and 96.3 west. Okay. Then we're going to look, and it says a solid black circle indicates the system is a tropical cyclone. A tropical cyclone is a hurricane or a tropical storm or a typhoon or whatever you want to call them. They're all tropical cyclones. So in this case, we're talking about Hurricane Harvey being a tropical cyclone. And I want to know what the S and the H and the M indicate on those black circles in the graphic. So let's go back, because here's an M, here's an S, here's an H, and it tells you what time period they're predicting the center location to be at those spots. And then if you'll go down here, it actually tells you what the S and the H and the M indicate. Well, it doesn't spell it out, but it gives you wind speeds. S stands for tropical storm. So if it's an S, they're estimating that at that location in time it would have a tropical storm force wind, somewhere between 39 and 73 miles an hour. If it's an H, then they're considering it to be hurricane force winds between 74 and 110 miles per hour. And if it's an M, it's still a hurricane, but they consider it to be a major hurricane with maximum sustained winds of at least 110 miles per hour. Okay, so let's go back and answer those now. S, remember, indicates a tropical storm. H indicates a hurricane, which is anywhere from 74 to 110 miles per hour at the center. And then M indicates a major hurricane. With speeds of more than 110 miles per hour. Very destructive. Those are Category 3 hurricanes or higher. Okay, so the next question, again, we're going to go back to our advisory. And I want to know how fast and in what direction is this storm currently moving? And I want to know what's the maximum sustained wind speed according to this particular advisory. So let's go look for that information. Okay, how fast and in what direction? Here we go. here's its movement. It's moving currently northwest at 10 miles per hour. What's the maximum sustained wind speed according to this advisory? It's right here. Maximum sustained wind speed is 110 miles per hour. So this one is right on the brink of being considered a major hurricane. Okay, so how fast and in what direction? We said it was northwest at 10 miles per hour. So it's moving to the northwest at 10 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds are currently 110 miles per hour. And if you notice up here, if we go over 110, we consider it a major hurricane. So we're right on the brink of being a major hurricane. Okay, according to the Saffir-Simpson hurricane scale, Harvey's currently a category what hurricane? Well, I'm going to take a look. Here's our Saffir-Simpson wind scale. We want to make sure we pay attention to the top number because that's in miles per hour. 110, let's see, puts us right here. Okay, that is the highest speed for a Category 2. We go over 110 and we're up to a Category 3. But right now we're at 110 miles per hour, so Harvey is considered currently a Category 2 hurricane. Okay, but remember this is as of Friday the 25th of August. So we're going to put Category 2. Okay, so we're at the top of the next page of questions, and don't worry, that's all the questions there are. And this time we're going to look at a radar loop from the National Weather Service, and we're actually going to look radar-wise what this storm looks like. So it says consider the radar loop from Harvey, or for Harvey, for 1 p.m. on Friday the 25th of August, and make sure to locate the eye, or the center of circulation. I want to know, is the cyclone spinning clockwise or counterclockwise? And is the eye of the hurricane over land currently, or is it over the ocean? So let's go to our radar and look. All right, here's our radar loop. Right here is the eye. That's the center of circulation. Everything seems to be swirling around that eye. Okay? And if you notice, if you look carefully, it appears to be rotating this way. Okay? They're playing a short little loop, and then they start it over again and they play it. But it seems to be rotating counterclockwise. Okay, so that's really important. Hurricanes and tropical storms are all low pressure systems, and it just so happens that in the northern hemisphere, a low pressure system is going to go counterclockwise. So this is moving counterclockwise. Now, the eye is currently out here. This is water. This is the Gulf of Mexico. So currently the eye of this hurricane is out over water. Okay, so let's go back and jot those answers down real quick. Actually, I'm going to shortcut. I'm just going to circle it. Okay, is the eye over land currently or over the ocean? It's over the ocean. Okay. All right, this one's really important to understanding some of the damage that can happen in a hurricane. Which side of the storm is associated with heavier rainfall? The northeast side or the southwest side? Well, let's go back and look. All right. Here's the eye. Here's the northeast. Here's the southwest. And you'll notice that because the northeast side is capable of bringing all this moisture from over the Gulf, you're going to have a whole lot more rainfall coming in from the northeast side than from the southwest side. Because remember, the southwest side has rotated over all of this land. And the land is not going to help the hurricane. Okay? It's the water, it's the moisture that drives the hurricane. Okay, so it's going to be this northeast side that you're going to have heavier rainfall. Okay, so I'm just going to circle it again. It's going to be the northeast side. So for instance, when this makes landfall, it's going to be people, as you look at the hurricane, it's going to be folks over to the right of the eye that are probably going to get heavier damage than folks to the left of the eye at the same distance away. Okay, and that has to do with the strength just coming off the water. All right, so number 3, what is the most essential ingredient for the formation of tropical cyclones? Well, this is not on here anywhere, but hopefully you're starting to understand that the warm ocean water out here is the lifeline for a hurricane. As soon as this moves inland, it's going to start weakening because it doesn't have its supply of warm ocean water anymore. So I tell my kids to just remember the acronym WOW. Okay? Warm ocean water. You've got to have warm ocean water for a tropical cyclone, a hurricane. Okay, and if you were listening carefully, number 4 you can already answer, but maybe you didn't get it. Let's see. Normal atmospheric pressure, like the weight of the air on you, normally is 29.92 inches of mercury or 1,013 millibars. Now, I understand those are numbers that you might not be familiar with, but just understand that those are normally your normal atmospheric pressure. So is a tropical cyclone a high-pressure system or a low-pressure system? Well, we're going to look at the boring, typed-out version of this advisory right here. And it says right here, minimum central pressure is only 945 millibars. Remember, I just said that normal pressure was 1,013 millibars. It's only 27.91 inches. Normal pressure in inches is 29.92. So these two, regardless of whether you're measuring in millibars or inches, both of those are lower than they normally are. So this is a low pressure system. Okay. So hopefully if you learned nothing else about cyclones, okay, tropical cyclones, it is a warm water system, a low pressure system that spins, at least in the northern hemisphere, counterclockwise. And it's got to have warm ocean water as its lifeline.